Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought you looked great, only for a random photo to completely ruin your confidence? Why does this happen? Why do some pictures make you look amazing, while others make you wonder if you've been lied to by every mirror you've ever seen? Well, it's not just a bad angle or bad lighting. There's actual science behind this. Your brain, your camera, and even the way light hits your face all play tricks on you. In this video, we're breaking down why you look different in mirrors versus photos, the psychology behind why your brain prefers one over the other, and at the end, I'll show you how to take better photos so you actually see what you really look like. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's start with the biggest reason why you see one version of yourself in the mirror and a completely different one in photos. It's simply because your brain has been conditioned to prefer your mirror image. Every single day, you see yourself in the mirror, brushing your teeth, fixing your hair, checking your outfit. Over time, your brain gets used to that version of you. This phenomenon is called neurological adaptation. Another reason is the mirror exposure effect. The more familiar something is, the more you tend to like it. Studies show that people rate mirrored versions of their faces as more attractive simply because they're used to them. This is why when you see yourself in a photo, a non-mirrored image, it looks slightly off to you. Your features aren't reversed like you're used to, and small asymmetries, like one eyebrow sitting higher or a slight tilt in your smile, become more noticeable. Want to see this effect in action? Try this. Take a selfie and then flip it horizontally using your phone's editing tools. If you feel like the flipped version looks weird, that's because it doesn't match what your brain expects. But to everyone else, that flipped image is actually how they see you in real life. That's why some celebrities flip their photos before posting, so their fans see the version of them that matches their mirror image. Now that we know why your mirror and photo look different, let's talk about something even more interesting: why you actually believe you look better in the mirror. Spoiler alert. Your brain is boosting your self-image without you even realizing it. Your brain naturally edits your appearance in real time. Studies have shown that when people are shown multiple versions of their face, some slightly enhanced, some slightly worse, most choose the enhanced version as their real face without realizing it. You might have some days when you're just feeling tired and pathetic, and when you look in the mirror you look worse than normal. This makes you unconfident and basically puts you in a deeper spiral of feeling unattractive. Well, this is how your brain works. As I said earlier, it quote-unquote edits your own appearance. Cortisol, the stress hormone, actually alters facial recognition in your brain, making your own reflection look less attractive than when you're in a good mood. When people are stressed or anxious, they're 40% more likely to fixate on flaws in their own faces. This is the reason behind why sometimes you feel like a photo looks good or bad and the next day you think it looks the opposite. The best way to fix this is to ask someone trusted who will actually tell you if a photo is good or bad. Now that we've covered how your brain tricks you, let's talk about how cameras add another layer of deception. Your photos don't just look different from the mirror because of psychology, they're actually warping your face. Number 1, the lens distortion effect. Ever taken a selfie and thought, why does my nose look huge? That's because most smartphone cameras use wide-angle lenses, usually around 24 to 28 millimeters. These lenses are designed to fit more into the frame, but they also distort close-up subjects like your face. Our nose can look up to 30% bigger, while your forehead and chin shrink. So, which lens is better? A 50mm lens at about 1.5 meters is the closest to how the human eye sees. This is why professional headshots often look more natural and attractive. If you want a photo that looks more like the real you, stay far from camera and take the picture at 2x zoom. This mimics a longer focal length, reducing distortion. Number 2, photos lack depth. When you look in a mirror, you're seeing your face in 3D, but when a camera takes a photo, it flattens that depth into a 2D image, which can make your face look wider or more angular than in real life. Shadows under your cheekbones, jawline, or nose that you naturally see in the mirror might disappear in a photo. This can make you look off, even though it's just the camera compressing depth. The fix? Lighting matters. Try using a soft, diffused light. Best is to have natural sunlight as the source of lighting, or a substitute is a ring light placed slightly above eye level. This helps bring back those natural shadows and makes your face look more like it does in the mirror. A 2023 study in PLOS1 found that high-resolution still photos can predict attractiveness with about 92% accuracy, but there's still an 8% gap. That missing factor? Motion. See, your face isn't meant to be frozen in time. When you're talking, laughing, or even just blinking, you're constantly expressing emotion, and that movement makes you look way more attractive and natural. Photos strip all of that away. They lock you into a single frame, often catching you in some weird in-between expression that doesn't represent what you actually look like. That's why you might prefer videos of yourself over still images, because motion brings out the natural appeal that photos just don't capture. Let's be real, most people have no idea how to take a photo that actually looks like them. That's why you can feel great in the mirror but hate every picture of yourself. Well, to be honest, a lot of it comes down to who's taking the picture. Some people just don't know what they're doing and everyone ends up looking bad, so let's fix that. I'll go over how to take better pictures of yourself, and if you're the one behind the camera, how to take better pictures of other people. Number 1, use the right focal length. Your phone's front camera distorts your face. Ever noticed how your nose looks bigger in selfies? That's because the lens warps your features. So instead of holding your phone right up to your face, step back. Use the back camera and if possible, set your phone up and use a timer. This keeps the proportions more natural. 2. Get your lighting right. Bad lighting can ruin even the best angles. Overhead lights, they cast weird shadows. Harsh lighting, it makes your skin look uneven and textured. The best setup, soft, natural light from a window, and aim for that soft morning or evening glow for the most flattering results. 3. Avoid camera angle mistakes. Shooting from too high makes you look short and unnatural. Too low, your jawline disappears. For the best balance, position the camera slightly above eye level and tilt your chin slightly down. This gives you a strong jawline and a natural, well-proportioned look. Number 4. Capture movement, not just poses. Static photos can feel stiff and awkward. Instead of holding a forced pose, move a little, laugh, turn your head, blink naturally. It creates a more natural look. And here's a trick. Record a short video, then screenshot the best frames. That way, your photos don't look like forced poses, they just look real. 5. Know your best expressions. Instead of forcing a fake smile, think about something that actually makes you happy. It creates that effortless, relaxed look instead of a stiff, awkward grin. And if you're the one taking the picture, here's the secret. Crack a joke. Compliment the person. Make them smile naturally. A real smile always looks way better than a forced one. So what actually shows the real you? Mirrors or photos? The simple answer? Neither. And honestly, it's almost impossible for a person to truly figure it out. Because of all the psychological effects I covered in this video, your perception of yourself is always a little distorted. Why mirrors aren't accurate? Mirrors show a reversed version of your face. Over time, your brain gets used to it. That's why when you see a photo of yourself, it can look off, because it's not what you're familiar with. Why photos aren't accurate either? But photos, they're not the truth either. Camera lenses distort your features. Lighting completely changes how your face looks. And a single frozen frame, it can't capture the way you actually look in motion. So, what's the closest to reality? The best way to see how others really perceive you? Candid videos. Specifically, well-lit, high-quality recordings of yourself doing what you normally do. That's the closest thing to how you actually look. If you found this interesting, check out my other videos. I've covered everything from how to take better pictures to understanding what actually makes someone attractive.